Perhaps the most poignant. Lives taken on November the 11th, 1918, the day war was officially declared over.
For those left behind, that must have been
That's me.
a really bitter pill to swallow, looking forward to their sons coming home, their husbands coming home, their fathers coming home, and then to be told that they had died, you know, the day that war had ended. How do you get over that?
A particular sadness for her because the body of one of those soldiers lies in the churchyard in Great Leighs. Against the wishes of his mother, who described him as a chesty boy, Louis Wright enlisted in the army in August 1918, but he never saw any action. He was admitted to hospital with severe bronchitis in the October, and although returning home briefly on leave, his health was failing, and he died from pneumonia in a military hospital in Sheerness on the very day the armistice was signed. Some of those Armistice Day deaths were the result of warfare, others illness, including the flu pandemic that affected 500 million people worldwide. In addition to Louis Wright, these were among the other soldiers from our region who died on November the 11th. Corporal Thomas Mays from Thorpe Market in Norfolk, he was 49. Sergeant William Bordley from Saxmundham in Suffolk, his age unknown. Private Walter Earl from Munsey in Norfolk, he was 18. Second Lieutenant Ernest Bean from Norwich, he was 24. And Private Ernest Field, also from Norwich, his age unknown. Louis Wright was an only son born at Cherry Tree Cottage in Great Leighs. He was buried with full military honours despite having seen no action. We know this because of a remarkable wartime diary kept by the Reverend Andrew Clark, who was the priest here from 1886 to his death in 1922. He's left the village with a real insight into local life, which has been a great help to Pat Watkinson, who's been organising events in Great Leighs to mark the centenary of war ending. Although Andrew Clark's diary is now kept in the Bodleian Library in Oxford, Dr. James Munson's picked various accounts from it in his book Echoes of the Great War, a tribute to the Reverend Clark.
He sat every night, apparently by candlelight, and wrote down everything he saw and heard in the village during the day. He talked to anybody and everybody, and then at night he'd sit in his study with his wife. She apparently sat beside him sewing or knitting, and wrote it all down.
Nick Wright's the chairman of J.S. Wright & Sons, the largest producers of English willow and cricket bat blades in the country. What's produced here will eventually end up in the hands of test match batsmen across the world. In 1894, the firm was founded by his grandfather, Jesse Samuel Wright, whose younger brother was Louis Wright's father. He was serving with the Essex Yeomanry in Belgium.
Unfortunately, his father was unable to come home to his funeral because the telegram didn't reach him in time, so his father didn't attend his funeral, and his mother didn't attend the funeral because she had influenza.
The names on the village war memorial are beginning to fade. The feeling is their deaths took a toll on the Reverend Clark.
He would have baptised most of them. He would have watched them grow. He would have seen them running about the village and playing, and then the next thing, they're all soldiers and they're dying.
100 years on, and an Essex village pays tribute to that former minister and the local soldier who died on the day peace was declared, but sadly would never have known that. Malcolm Robertson, ITV News, at Great Leighs in Essex.
Well, the ITV Evening News is at